Hello everyone, Soul17 here. Let me get through this like usual. I do not own these pictures. I made a thumbnail, not a paid video. Alright, okay. I'm in my room. I'm going to be making part 7. Here's the thing. I did not realize I skipped over part 5 when I was watching, Isn't to basically pick up girls in the dungeon. Also, I have read the manga. Currently, I've only read, not very far, but I found out, 80 chapters in. Um, you know, it's about to go into season 2. It's in season 2 area. It just got into it. I don't know if that's true or not. If the manga is that far or not. Probably isn't. It was online, so I kind of was just trying, because I kind of already, got past all the first season. So, yeah. No, it's probably actually near the where I'm at now, actually. Just getting to that point. But, I'm just going to be making this kind of like a filler episode, somewhat, so I could read more of it later. I currently have already gone to like chapter 13 or 15. Probably 15, because I think I remember 14.5. I'm probably even farther than that. I read pretty quickly when it comes to manga. So, and basically, just ignore my mom. She's just trying to get my dog, well, not my dog, our dog, up to my dad's room, as she hangs out with him. So, yeah. I decided to just kind of make this somewhat of a filler and a little bit get into part 8. But that's gonna, because I already watched all season 2 of Damanchi, and I want to make sure I cover everything. So, yeah. But anyways, let's just get into this. This is not me explaining. You guys don't want to hear it. So, yeah. Okay. So, at this point in time, technically Bell stats would technically be all in the S ranks. All of them would be there in the S rank, triple S. But knowing me, I did not, probably give him that. So, yeah, let me just see. Oh, no, I did not. So, I kind of did not make him, gain anything. So, besides, I did not know when he was going to become level 3. So, that was the thing. So, basically, though, yeah, by the way, I'm just getting into it. So, I'm going to have to technically make him level 3, make his stats all 0. But just know, when he was in the fight, it doesn't really matter what he was. Technically, because of his training with eyes and stuff, it was actually 10 days. So, I kind of need to retcon that. Instead of like a day, it was 10. And, yeah. So, basically, he's been training for 10 days, and that's how he got his abilities up to S rank. While his agility, was double S or triple S, I believe. So, let me just get into that real quick. Okay, so technically his stats, because he trained for 10 days, his strength was double S 1024. His endurance was double S 1003. His dexterity was double S 1042. Triple S for agility 279. Triple S for magic 299. Okay? Alright. Okay, so because of that, after the fight with Apollo's familia, I basically cut to when they basically got the new place and Belle shows his room. By the way, in this one, because of Belle, kind of getting mad over her reaction towards him training with Wallenstein, she basically has been not as what she was in canon. So basically, yeah. So we technically have Belle. Let's just say it's been a couple of days. So it's been a couple of days. They're basically he's waking up. He goes down to the well to the living room. As basically he sees Makoto, just going through boxes. He goes, "Oh, hey guys, hey, Belle, hey, you mind?" He goes like, "Yeah, I don't mind helping." It's like, "You didn't." Which Belle says, "Yeah, I know. Don't have to ask. I was coming down here to help anyways. We had to wait till the renovation, so we had to, well, live somewhere else for a little bit. But man, thanks to God Taki for letting us stay at this place for a while." Which Makoto says, "Well, he is a very kind God." He goes like, "I know." Anyways, let's get sorting. So basically, with Lily, says the exact same thing to Soma, as Soma tells her to take care of herself and her health and be safe. She does cry, and this is when Hestia and her are coming back. And so when they come back, and basically Belle and Makoto and Welf says, "Welcome back," and then Lily says, "Glad to be home." So, oh yeah, by the way, she has got basically Hestia is a little bit smarter in this one, I want to say, because of Belle sort of thing. She hasn't done the whole entire paper, trying to get new members. She has not done that because she may have learned because of Belle that because he didn't have he couldn't have faith in her for because of the whole entire solo leveling system in Egress. He didn't tell her about it. She kind of reflected on that, on how, she may do exactly the same thing he does and keep it a secret, and then they'll find, like, whoever joins the guild, her familia would find out and be mad. So, yeah, perfect example. Anyways, so basically, they all get finished and they're having a meal. As then, Hestia says, "To a toast for our new home and for a certain somebody." As Belle's like, "Huh? Wait, what do you mean?" In which everyone's just looking at him. He goes like, "Oh wait, my level 3 status." Well, level. Which then Hestia goes, "Yes, Belle, this is a celebration for it." And he goes, "You guys didn't really have to celebrate, but thanks." And which then, they all say, something, you're saying like, "It's a good job," and then basically that's what we expect from our captain. As Belle's like, "Wait, captain?" It made kind of sense because I actually lead an army of done dead that I turned into my soldiers, so makes sense. And which everyone just look at him and they're all thinking, I thought he was going to say, "Why him?" And he goes, "What? You really think I was going to say, why me? I've been leading soldiers, giving them orders, basically, from the experience back in the 18th dungeon, with that boss fight with Goliath, I gave orders already." So, I was basically just, sipping his drink, which is just, let's say, apple juice. It was kind of already there saying I was the captain of all of you. Unless anyone else wants to lead this team. Which they'll just look at her and go like, "No, you've been here the longest, so it's only fair." He goes, "Cool." Anyways. So, let's... What are we going to do from here? And basically, my Hestia goes like, "What about speech?" He was like, "Oh, that. Yeah. I thought... Never mind." So basically, Belle, raised it, has a toast, basically making a toast. He goes like, "Where do I begin?" Well, I'm glad for all of you joining the Hestia familia. Really, to help me out with that. I know... I know you guys wanted to help, but... And to be fair... It was not needed, but it also was. In which everyone's just looking at him. He goes like, "What I mean by that is... to be honest... I'm not afraid to fight that many people by myself. Not because I have shadow soldiers or because of my status, because of my level with the system that I got. It's because I know everyone will be right behind me no matter where I go. And with all their support, I can take on an army by myself. So, that's what I meant. But having you guys there really did reassure me. And, well, with Welf's magic swords that he made, they were incredibly strong. And Makoto, thank you for taking so much, the arrows and the attacks from others and still keep going. I owe you something for that. I don't know what though, but I'll figure it out. And Lily, thanks to you for distracting them and leading them into places where we can actually counterattack them. And to Goddess Hestia, thank you from the bottom of my heart for having me be a part of your familia and believing in me all this time. I appreciate every one of you being here. And some of them are Goddess Hestia, or Hestia's moved to tears. Lily's happy. Makoto's wants to cry a little. Welva's just don't cry, not now. So yeah, and then basically they just do a toast. So then after that, after they eat and stuff, Lily says, "Wait, Belle, what were you saying about where we go from here?" He was like, "Oh, well, where do we go? I mean by, do we try to recruit new members? But we may be low on funds. I know we gained a lot of money, but for this the renovations, the renovations, you know what I mean, basically the place gets rebuilt and stuff and new look. Probably cost a lot of money, which Hestia does not. He's like, yeah, it did. So, I'm lucky I didn't, really do what I was planning to do. As then Belle just looks at her and goes like, were you planning to try to make, people come here by actually saying about money? And just to join our, familia? Or something? Which she does chuckle a little. But she goes, but I didn't do it, I swear. He's like, okay, at least you didn't do that. But please, try to talk to us about it. I'll wait till we can actually get some people, a part of the familia. And besides, I have a feeling most people won't join anyways. Which, everyone just looks at Belle when he says that. And he just looks at all of them. And basically Welp goes like, why? It was, everyone saw what I did. I knew I wanted to show what I can do at the castle siege, the war game. But I also probably figured there's going to be some backlash. People are going to look at me like I'm just some freak. But I don't really care that much. It's going to be a problem though. People won't join because they think I could just take on the dungeon by myself. I mean, I can, but I won't do it. I'll be too much of a jerk. Everyone's trying to work hard to get to the lower floors, and yet I can just go there pretty simple with just an army. But my army isn't invincible. It relies on my mana. But if I run out of mana, then I don't have no more army. But I got my normal strength and speed. And the only way we can actually ever tell if a monster is stronger than me, well, actually I can, if I get this weird, I see the lettering of the name of the monster, and if it's red, that means the monster's higher than me. In which then Welf and Lily say exactly the same time, like that wolf beast. As in Belle nods, in which Hestia goes like, wait, what wolf beast? As in, Belle says, the Beast Monarch. That was the name. It got reincarnated into this world somehow. I don't understand. But, as what I know, Sun Jin Woo already killed him. Killed him with the Ice Monarch, and yet he's already been reborn. Funny enough, he's not trying to kill me. Or should I say, she is not trying to kill me now. In which Hestia is kind of shocked by this. And basically she goes, wait. Someone will try to kill you? In which Egress does pop out and says, yes. The monarchs will fight each other to the death. And whoever wins will take care of their armies or part of their forces. It doesn't matter what they have. The victor will go to the spoil. And, well, may I add, my lord over here, as he pointed a bell, doesn't even have his full army. He only has 1/3 of it. And he's making more forces to add into it. So, it's that simple. In which Hestia does not solely, because she forgot about that. And yeah, so basically though, he does look at Hestia and goes like, anyways, is there anything that we need to know about this place with the renovations? And she goes, yeah, everything was added in. But they all look at her and say, everything? But she goes, uh-huh. So the whole entire scenes will shift to where, Makoto, bathhouse, well, then basically not Chronos, but Wolf with his forge. And then we go to where Lily and Belle and, and to Hestia. In which, they're basically talking about it. And he goes, yep, this does look like it. A lot of money was spent. Just barely made it. Only have like a few coins left. I mean, I still have my veil, all in my inventory, but still. That's about 2.5 billion. In which Lily and, Hestia look at him and go like, only 2.5 billion veil? He was like, yeah. I mean, I don't ever need to buy more armor. Or to buy new weapons. Besides, my dagger from Hestia was made by Hephaestus, and plus, that probably cost a lot of money, so I've been kind of saving up just so I could pay off her debt. In which Hestia chuckles, going like, thanks? And he's like, yeah. I'm gonna go over and visit Hephaestus soon, but I have a feeling someone's gonna be coming, over here. In which Hestia, and Lily look at him and goes like, anyways though, how are we gonna keep them, this maintained? In which she's like, well, we can always hire a maid. And basically Belle's just looking at the papers and just start walking and says, yeah, a maid. Perfect. Just make sure she doesn't, try to steal anything or even flirt with us. I don't know. I don't want to, have her upset and then tries to kill me in my sleep. In which they're like, are you not? He's like, and basically he just closed the paper up and goes like, look, I don't believe in falling in love with someone right away. Besides, I bring the dead back to life. Do I have to repeat that again? I know it's cool and all, but seriously, Lily, remember what the Loki familia looked at me when I did that? In which we have a flashback where they were looking at him with shock and amaze. Well, some were looking at him like they're scared a little bit, and that was it. It was like, she then nods and saying, yeah, right when you brought back Berserker. It's like, yep. Now everyone saw what I can do. We're probably gonna have. Wait, I think he looks at Hestia. He was like, is there gonna be a meeting soon? Like, legit about me? In which Hestia goes, no, I don't. As then all of a sudden the doorbell rings. As he goes, I wonder who that can be. So, when they get to the doorbell, he sees Otar and Freya with a couple of boxes. As he goes, Freya? Otar? Wait, I think I said his name right. Yeah, Otar. As he goes, hello there. Congratulations on your level. increasing. He goes, thanks. And basically Freya saying, hello, Hestia, Belle, Lily? She goes, yeah, how do you? He was like, oh, I look up everyone who is a part of the familia of my alliance. In which, well, Belle says, come on in, as basically some are bringing boxes, and one's about to fall as he catches, because it's like, one was on top of it, he caught it, he was like, be careful. And the person goes, thanks. And yeah, so they put it down and such, and, well, they're leaving while Otar and Freya are staying. She goes, well, I'm impressed that you were able to take this place from Apollo. And basically Belle's just chuckling. Meanwhile, in heaven, Apollo's looking down from the heavens. He's like, darn you, Hestia, and that Belle Chrono, I will... Wait, what the... What's that? As all of a sudden, Apollo just sees a shadow stretching out farther than I can see, and then he sees multiple eyes looking at him. And he's just like... basically, and then all of a sudden, he's just like a wave of darkness that's hitting him. As he, thinks to himself, there's no limit to how deep it goes. Just, what type of monster is he? I was a fool. I really was a fool. As basically, after it stops, he's basically shaking. He's like, I'm glad I'm in heaven now. I don't have to deal with that monster. But I pray for anyone who makes him mad. Rest their souls. And so, after that, we will go back to, Freya and Otar are talking, and then she goes, I have a few things here for Belle. Basically, some are basically for magics that are, one word cast, but they are technically a lot stronger, and you can even combine them together. Maybe. I don't know. I just want to be at least useful, and some materials for, craft. And plus, here, as then basically Otar opens up a box, as then Hestia sees, some bags full of veil. She goes, Hestia, not Hestia, Freya, why are you... She goes, look, I know how much debt you have. So, I want to at least have that debt go down for you as much as possible. And, okay, give me a minute, guys. Alright, so, basically, she does have a few books that aren't magic-based, but still. At least these are technically spells that would work for you, Belle. And, after, though, Hestia was about to say something, that's when, she said that to Belle. She wanted to point that out, and he was like, right. Anyways, as Hestia goes like, thanks, really. But I have, I don't know how much debt because of, and Belle says, yeah, just take it. So he goes to a box, which he basically opens up a book. He goes, huh. The art of swordsmanship. Techniques that can help. Sweet. Along with survival and capability in a dungeon. Yeah, there's are a few books for magic that you can learn incantations from, but and then he picks up one, and it's a it's a grimoire, but it's not like Belle can learn it. He thinks, because it's they say a higher tier magic that will have him chant, but he's more of a close range combat. Well, technically he actually wouldn't, doesn't have to be no more if he actually learns this, because of he has an army, technically, but still. He says he'll hold off on reading this. And then, all of a sudden, most of the books are basically on, different levels of swordsmanship, daggers, just so, Belle can learn some new things along with, Lily. Because sometimes him and Lily have been training with daggers and such, just in case. And yeah, so this also going to help out Lily and him improve on their skills with it. And so then Freya says, also, there's a good section on forging. I mean, everyone knows a novice forger will have to learn the basics plus some advancements on how to forge certain things. So, I thought that would be good for anyone who reads it. Just for, fun. And, and basically, there's basically how should I say, there's 10 boxes, as basically, they already opened up 5. The other 10 are filled with, items, materials, and some equipment that's old, but can be, reforged or used. Which, when Wells sees this, he was like, what the? This is a lot of material. Monster parts. What the? Items? Okay, so we got a few health potion herbs to build back our NP, basically our magic and health. Healing us. Huh. This will be interesting. But seriously though, why are you helping us out so much, Freya? Welf asks. And she just says, easy. Allies. Want to prove my loyalty to my allies, basically. And which Belle says, seriously, thanks. By the way, do you know if there's gonna be a... there is. Hestia, that was another reason why I came here. I wanted you to come with me. They want to know answers from, you. Specifically on how Belle even has this ability or power. And basically, Belle just folds his arm and goes like, yeah, let's see. Tell me what the gods say, what the gods and goddesses. Anyways, Lily, tell Makoto I'll be out. And if I don't come back during nightfall, I'm in the dungeon. In which they ask why. He goes, there's a certain thing I have to do. And only I can do it. I'm sorry. It's basically, he basically puts his hand into something that, no one sees, but Hestia, Lily, are used to it, including Makoto, but Freya and Otar are confused, as then he just pulls out the jacket and puts it on himself. Basically Sun Jin Woo's jacket, and then he just starts walking out. And basically, Lily and, Hestia are saying, you'll get used to that. In which Freya chuckles. He goes like, he's very interesting. And so, we technically would go over where all the gods are, basically having a meeting. And, there's one god, basically Freya, saying, we have one more guest coming. He hasn't been to any one of these meetings for a while, so I do not know when he's, as in, Orinos? Yeah, Orinos comes in. As everyone's kind of shocked to see him, but, they're glad. So, he gets into his seat. He was like, may we begin the discussion. Everyone's, basically talking about how someone can even have that many summons or monsters with him at once. It shouldn't be possible. They're saying he cheated somehow in the fight, and he shouldn't even be allowed to. Some are saying he shouldn't even be with Hestia. He should be with someone else that's stronger, top-tier familia. As it goes on and on and on. As then Loki just says, we're getting nowhere with this. How about we just ask Hestia herself? I mean, the little, dungeon destroyer must have had something that, she would have found out about, right? In which Hestia does nod. She goes, yeah, but I don't know if I should... Wait, give me a minute. Alright, so, as then all of a sudden, Egress comes out of nowhere, as everyone's shocked by this. Ora, wait. Ouranos, Oranos, says, I did not sense you were here, but I had a feeling. He goes, greetings, gods and goddesses. My name is Egress. I am one of my lord's soldiers. I am a commander slash general. In which everyone's kind of shocked they can speak. So, Loki just asked, so, who are you? I mean, really, where did you come from? Which goes, are you asking that for reasons that you want to have my lord on your familia? Or you're just curious about his power? Shows the second one. Which everyone's hearing was like, Well, as then he has a flashback when he's leaving, he basically says in his head, Egress, go to Hestia's shadow, and you have my permission to tell them what happened to me. And about who, well, just say a being gave me this power. Don't tell them about Sun Jin Woo. And which he says, yes, my lord. And so he was like, where do I begin? Basically, here's a short answer. I am not from your world or dimension. In which everyone's shocked by this, and one of them says, how is that even possible? Hermes is interested. By the way, the whole time reaction of the gods were shocked, and Hermes was just like completely unaware of this. He didn't pretend to be, but he still's not used to it. From when basically Bel summoned out all the shadow soldiers on the 18th floor to take down Goliath, yeah, he never, ever expected Bel to even have that. So he's shot by this soldier of his can talk, and by his power. So yeah, basically though, when basically Hermes says, so you're saying you're not from our dimension. What does that mean? He goes, there's a space between dimensions. The void. My former king, you can say, lived there for quite a while until he went back to his original home. And there he married somebody named Hunter Chow. And for basically many years he lived young while she grew old and died. In which everyone's kind of shocked by that. And, well, he then goes on saying, but before that, this is what happened. So he explained what happened to Sun Jin Woo, and then why they came here. And basically, what that trap was meant to be, in which then he says, and so, my king, my former king, made that for someone who is worthy of his power to gain, and only the one that was worthy for it will be able to take it and use it. In which, before you say you want that power, even think of it, I must warn you, it can never be taken by any one of you gods or goddesses. In which, they can feel Egress' intense stare, even frightens them, as Oranos says, that explains it. That energy I felt so many years ago, I forgot about it until recently, or should I say a couple of months back, when that boy fell into the dungeon for 3 weeks, in which Egress says, yes, he already gained the power from my former king, and I was given to him as his first soldier. And so, he's been, gained a new system that you gods cannot ever interfere with, or even see. It basically cannot even, compared to your system, it makes it look child's play. To even be more superior. In which all the guys are looking at Egress, and they go like, how's that? He goes, basically, Hestia says, imagine this. Our system relies on him gaining certain ranks in every stat. While in his system, they basically get 1 point in stat, and that equals to their actual level. Well, to their level, and to their current strength, agility, speed, and all that. But imagine this. The level doesn't come from the stat. It comes from the actual level itself, and he keeps on growing. In which some gods don't know, but Loki, well, understands it. Freya's kind of, thinking, I already know this, but still, I can't let no one know. So she kind of acts amused and interested. Basically, the only one who ain't there, just for convenience sake, is, well, Ishtar. As then, well, not Hephaestus, but, Hephaestus is there and she's kind of shocked. But so, how can I say this now? Hermes says, so wait, does that mean his level with his stats from the god, from us, and your familia, your blessing, doesn't count for him? In which everyone's just looking around and looks at her, and then she goes, well, she doesn't say nothing. She says, I don't think I can. And then Egress places a hand on her shoulder and nods. And he goes, yes. His stats, his level, is far beyond any hunter. Not any hunter, any adventurer in your familia. He's the strongest creature on the planet right now. Well, strongest adventurer, that is. In which everyone is shocked. All the gods are like, chatting away, saying that can't be possible. No, how's that even fair? As then Egress says, and now we'll be taking our leave. As then he picks up Hestia, and basically, Oranos says, well, will he attack any guild? Not any guild, any familia? Try to take it over to where they'll be the top. Which Egress just looks back and says, we will not attack any familia unless we are provoked or to declare war. It's not the members that they, insult somebody that is precious to him, but we will not kill. Mark my words. He has no problem in fighting mere humans. But if they try to kill him, you will have to bury your dead. As then basically Egress and, carrying Hestia walks out. As they can tell Egress is not lying. And so, Oranos, basically snaps his fingers as basically they use a viewing glass to basically view what Bella's doing right now. And then so, he goes, and that's the thing. I'm gonna go further into the dungeon, past floor 18. In which, Edna is saying, no, I forbid it. Why are you like, there's something down there. Something I need to kill. Or stop. Before it gets too strong, Edna. I'm sorry. But I cannot listen to you this time. No matter what, if you even have the Loki familia even stop me. If you even can. Or I should say, even if they can, I'll just be walking right past them. In the raiding game, you saw what I did. I wasn't even using my full power. That's the funny thing. They were all just weak. I only had to at least use my army and my natural abilities that I have already gained. I didn't want to go overboard using my other skills. That would have been too much and overkill. Which Edna is looking at him kind of shocked, and the gods are hearing this, are even shocked even more. Now, he just gets up, he goes, I just want to let you know that. I'll see you around. So he put his hands in the pockets and just walks to the door and open it and walks out. While Edna is just thinking, he was holding back against them? How's that even possible? They were her top-ranking familia, and yet they were just... He took them out like child's play, yeah, but was it that simple? In which, all of a sudden, Egress basically... Everyone just sees, Hestia comes out of nowhere, then Egress goes into the shadow. He goes, So, how was it? And she goes, tiring. Basically, they were asking questions and trying to say you shouldn't even be in my familia. You should be in a top ranking one. And he just chuckles and he goes like, I wouldn't even join them if they even tried to even take me away. And she goes, really, why? He goes like, you know why. Every familia that I ever tried to go to kept, well, kept saying I'm no good to them. And what she does not to that. So, yeah. Anyways, though, she asks, you going into the dungeon? He goes, yeah. Oh, wait, not yet. I have to go get something real quick. She goes, what is it? He goes like, that fortune book. I was interested in it. I should have grabbed it on my way out. I haven't feeling that would come in handy for some reason. So, basically, they go back to, well, the new house, the Hestia familia's new house, and he goes for the, he basically goes to see where the boxes are, they're empty, so he goes, hey, Wolf, where's that, beginning blacksmith book? And he goes like, oh, it's right over here, I was just sorting them through the library. He goes, thanks. So basically, he opens up the book, and then he starts flipping through the pages. Well, mostly he's reading it, and he's basically getting the knowledge as he reads. It does take him about a couple of minutes, well, an hour to read almost. As then he basically goes, huh, it seems I understand all of it. I guess that's what I get for having such a high intelligence stat. And then all of a sudden, he basically hears the word. I mean, hears like a pain. And he goes like, huh? He goes, forge has been unlocked. He goes, forge? By the way, the gods have been watching him. Still. And he's noticed, but he doesn't care. As basically, Egress says, oh, yes, the forge. My lord. It can be, well, done by normal items making into, well, basically another item, but this is new. It seems since you read something, it's making it for you. He's like, so wait, you're telling me I have my own forge now? You know what? Let's go to my room. As basically he just goes to his room, and, well, he says, okay, forge. Let's see. As, he basically checks his stats, and goes through everything. He's like, forge, and it's like, just a list of stuff. He was like, can I make this in real life, though? Let's hope this works. As then when he pressed create, as all of a sudden, in his room, a forge appears. As it's basically, how can I say this? There's like there's a pipe going to the rooftop out, and actually looks like it looks like it was made into the building. There's even technically a area around, so preventing from anything burning and such. And then when he opens it, it's a full-on forge. Everything he needs. He was like, so the monster drops I could probably make it with these. Yes. Okay, let's see. As basically there's a list of stuff he can make with it. But when he basically sees the fang of the the claw of the beast monarch, he says he needs another one to make a mysterious item. He doesn't know what it is. He goes, well, it's good that I may go after him. As Egress says, you must be careful. He probably is increasing his power as we speak. He goes, yeah, I know. Come on. So basically he puts down the book. Well, technically the papers. It was basically, how can I say this? It was, there's basically a hole in the paper, and they were around something, like a circle, that way it flipped through. So, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, he did get the pillow for the girl, such, Cassandra, and Dampina? Wait, Daphina? Yeah, he basically, got the pillow for Cassandra. So, yeah, I just want to point that out, too. So, though, Hephaestus is, shocked by that. It looked like basically the tools he has isn't normal from what they have. As basically Welf just says, hey, why you went to your room so suddenly? He was like, oh, I got myself a forge now. See ya! As basically Welf goes like, huh? So he opens up Belle's room, and he just sees a forge. Like, a full-on something, like, a wooden, like, little house. But when he opens up the door, he sees a full-on forge. And the stuff he has is different from what Wealth has. And he was like, you, what? How? How did he get a forge in his room? This isn't even safe. And when he, closes the door, though, it's like, huh. I swear it's smaller, but... And he basically opens up the door, he looks in the outside, then looks on the inside. It's a lot bigger. It's bigger on the inside. And I was like, don't tell me he's going to... And he doesn't need me no more. And then basically Walk was like, oh, yep, almost forgot. Oh, you're here. Good. I need to let you know something. He goes, huh? By the way, these are going to be weapons I can create for myself. But, we're going to be basically working together on stuff. And I'm not going to be using this much. So, if you want, you can technically use this forge. Just ask, because I have a feeling this stuff is going to be a little bit more. As then Welko's like, okay, let's just get a quick look of it and inspect it all. So they do, and Welk realizes all the, everything he's trying to lift, he can't lift. He's like, huh? What do you mean? As well just lifting up pretty easily. And so, Welk is just like, okay, can I just see that Kazaka, those two daggers you've been using? Basically, he was like, oh yeah, you mean the Burakas and the Kazaka's dagger, the Kazasa thing, venom thing. He's like, yeah. So when he basically is looking at it, he was like, man, these weapons are very... There's not even any durability damage to it, or... What the... how? This is worth a lot of money. As basically Belle's like, huh? The Kazaka's dagger is... The Kazaka Venom Fame dagger is technically a rank D weapon. Rank D or E. I haven't checked the stats in a while. As basically... Welp is like, and what about... He goes, I think I rank B to C rank? In which he basically is just looking at Belle. He's like, and I seen you cut through a giant. Cut through Goliath with these. He's like, yeah, that is true. Well, technically my weapons from the system are a lot stronger than normal weapons. They almost could be considered godlike. And basically Egress does come out of the shadow and says, that is true. Technically Sun Jin Woo is considered a demigod. Which, Belle says, yeah. And Welf just says, whoever this Sun Jin Woo guy is, if he's a demigod then... Holy cow. And you still want me on the team? He's like, uh-huh. This just means I'm going to make armor for everyone. Just so that way, well... Actually... This is technically the forge is like a system. If we can basically combine the armor that I make for us along with yours, but take the appearance of yours, tell them the armor will be 10 times stronger than normal. And besides, the gods are watching us. The gods and goddesses are watching us. So, I wanted to at least make a little bit of panic for them. As then the basically magical mirror just closes, as everyone's just scared. As Freya says, we saw enough. Clearly, Belle Cronel is beyond our limits. I suggest we do not ever make an enemy of him. If we do, we may all die. And so everyone, says agreed and leaves. But then, Ornos says, I agree with you, Freya, but we also should, try to keep him as an ally to us. So he'll never leave the city. Always ready to protect it. And when she asks, are you trying to say he should be a weapon? Which, Hermes is looking at. basically both of them. He goes, no, not at all. I do not want to lose an interesting adventurer. Good day, everyone. As basically he just leaves. Along with them, Freya sighs and leaves too. So, basically, Belle continues to explain what this forge is really going to be for. Just him, just learning the ropes, so that way, if, Welf ever needs any help, he's able to help. And basically, Welf, thanks him. He'll be kind of glad to have another forger with him, too, to be honest. So, yeah. And basically, after that, then he leaves. He gets into the dungeon. And yes, Edna did get some people from the familia of, Loki's familia, to try to stop Belle, but he walked right past them. Like, legit. He just was right in front of everyone, and then just gone. He's just walking down for the dungeon. And we are going to go to the, I want to say he technically would not meet any of the, from Season 3 stuff yet, but he goes down to the floors. Because of his, aura and stuff, death, they would technically be staying away from him, the ones who basically can feel it. And so when he gets down to the lower floor, like only level 29, he goes, I've been running and walking for hours on end. Where is he? Where is he? As all of a sudden he hears the footsteps as that feeling comes back again. He's like, yep, that's him. Feeling of fear. Crud. Wait, I didn't even do my workouts. So, he kind of just does it immediately real quick. And he already did the 10k run and stuff. He already did that. So, basically he just gets his status recovery and just more stuff. Like health potions. And keys. That's it. He's good to go. As then all of a sudden he basically hears a growling right behind him. And then he looks. The monster that's in front of him, name is red. And he says, Beast Monarch. I don't care if you're in the red. I'm still gonna kill you. As just when, Belle's waiting for it to attack, the Beast Monarch instead bows. If you guys are wondering why, here. Yes, the Beast Monarch became more beast than man, and even lost the sense to madness. But when he kept on killing monsters and some adventurers, he started to gain his mind back through his spirit. So spirit alone, he's able to calm the madness of a beast. And he goes, Shadow Monarch. It's good to see you. It looks like you're not the one I know, but eventually you would kill me. So I fought every monster I could to get stronger. And Belle's thinking, how can I understand him? What's going on? And he goes, do not fear. I do not wish to die today. I don't want to die again. Please, let me serve you. In which that surprises Belle. Egress is thinking, he said that exact same thing to Sanjin Woo. Let's see Belle's reaction. He goes, what's your end game? He goes, there is none. I do not want to die again. I want to at least be fighting in wars and battles. Just have my life snuffed away. It was unbearable. I became strong, but I could not use my forces again. I can't. My Beast Monarch name is just a title now. Nothing more. Nothing less. So please, allow me to serve you, Shadow Monarch. Has Belle, doesn't have his guard down, but has his, his Hestia dagger to his side, and he's walking over to him. As he gets close to Beast Monarch, who's technically just a big giant wolf now, really acts like a wolf, but his spirit is, for some reason he can see the spirit as a human form, just on the knee, bound to him. He goes, "How can I? You're stronger than me. How can I make you even a part of my army if I can't even bring you out of the dungeon?" As just then, the Beast Monarch shatters one of his claws, and he basically tells him to take it. And so, right when Bell grabs it, he gets the notification saying, "Well, daggers of the Beast Monarch can be forged. Would you like it to be forged?" He goes, "Yes." As just then, they are being forged. Basically, it looks like it's just his, basically, actual, forge appears right in front of him. And so, he's starting to forge it. And for some reason, it takes, he does like what Wealth would do, but it's a lot more quicker somehow. And then, after it's done, well, it just transformed into the daggers of the Beast Monarch. Yes, that's the name of it. This is technically how I wanted it to go, technically. Reasons why for Season 3 stuff. I wanted that to kind of be, So just let me write them down, the name of the daggers. Alright. As these daggers say, it can control, or should I say, you can turn any beast of higher ranking into a soldier of yours. It does not matter who they are. All shall basically bend to your whim. As in Bell's holding them, he's looking at the Beast Monarch and goes like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to be a part of my, army? You basically will be a soldier of mine. And who knows if, you can return back." As basically he just says, the Beast Monarch says, "It's better off than dying. At least I'm used. At least I can be of use to someone." And so, Bell just closes his eyes, gripping both the daggers in his hand. Because the daggers have a lot of attack in them. And then he just says, "Arise." As all of a sudden, the Beast Monarch starts to, change. Basically, the back of it, the fur on his back starts to have, a blue, glow. As then, it looks like, how should I say this? Basically, his facial features and body starts to get, black. Okay, you know how when Biru, was transformed? Yeah, basically, it's just the same way like that, but, fur. Some of the fur is black, some of it's blue, and just ignore what I almost dropped my phone. So, yeah, anyways, as then the Beast Monarch is suddenly starting to go on get off all fours and basically just be on all twos. He basically says, "This is interesting." In which Bell says, "So we can talk. Let's see what you were." As then basically, he sees the level. And it's in general ranking. So this makes sense now to him. And basically, it says, "Former Monarch, Beast. Would you like to name him?" And he just says, "Why change the name? Let's just shorten it. Your name now is Beast." As basically, he nods. He goes, "I will serve you now, my king." And so, Bell then just says, "Anyways, we should get out of here." As just then something happens. Basically, he feels something change. And he doesn't understand why. As then all of a sudden, he gets the title, Beast Monarch. He goes, "What?" And it's basically, it says, "You are the beast monarch. All beasts will listen to you. You can understand anything, any type of animal, monster, creature. It does not matter. And, well, you are the apex predator. Nothing is above you. The skills that you'll get are never there, because you yourself are the skill to everything that you need." As then, that's how the title ends. He goes, "So, wait, I became the Beast Monarch? I'm the Shadow and Beast Monarch? How is that even possible?" As the former one, or should I say Beast, says, "I do not know. But come, we need to get back to the surface." He goes, "Right." As then, he basically just starts cracking, some bones, basically, because he felt a little bit stiff. As he looks at his stats, his notice his health and NP are in the 1,000 range. He goes, "What? Level cap unlocked?" It says it should have been unlocked at level 120, but now, since I became the Beast Monarch, it's unlocked, and holy wow. That's something. So I will tell you how much MP he has and a lot of HP. So basically his health is 1,059. Magic 2,098. Alright. So after that little thing, he basically just thinking, what can he do with the Beast Monarch title? And so anytime he's walking the dungeon, most of the beasts or monsters that are not intelligent stay away from him. And then he goes, I wonder. Beast. Well, his beast, does come out. He was like, yes. Is there a way to, it's kind of like a transformation, but not really. Do you know anything about the monarchs? He was like, yes. You see, monarchs have certain things. We can hide our true forms. Mine was a beast, as you can see. But the Shadow Monarch before you, Sun Jin Woo, took on the form of Ashborn after, he died by my hands. He basically made himself come back from the death. Both Ashborn's, full capabilities. He gained his armor and became the Shadow Monarch, fully. In which Bell goes like, so, I'll have to do exactly the same thing. If I want to become the full Shadow Monarch, besides a title, I'll have to die by maybe Sun Jin Woo's hands, for Jin's hands, or I'll be able just to take on the power from him. Become the next one. Because, and what do you mean by armor? So he kind of explains what Ashborn looks like and about the battle armor he'll get. As then, he basically touches, Beast on the shoulder. He's like, thank you for explaining. As in, all of a sudden, Beast starts to form, kind of like fire goes forming around, Bell. And for some reason, it looks like basically Beast became a, like an outfit, basically. How should I say this? The fur became an outfit. And he's wearing, his claws are, not claws, he basically has claws, and he kind of has no ears, but his teeth are a little bit sharper. His eyes are technically a little bit different. And so, it's basically, he kind of has, some wristbands, but it looks like fur jacket, fur too, but with a wolf's head. Basically, as, a scarf, but just around, around the neck and such, but it looks like it can, move and such. Basically, the whole entire outfit is kind of like the Beast Monarch, but more thin because it's a little bit, looks like blue fires all around, from the fur and stuff. So he was like, I feel different. feels stronger and faster. As then he gets a notification saying, Beast Monarch true form. This is your Beast Monarch form. When you basically touch the form of Beast Monarch, you will become the Beast Monarch himself. You will strike fear in your enemies. And you do have a transformation of a wolf. So be careful when around others. As Bell, is looking at it, he goes, Alright, let's see. Is there anything else with this? And then he looks and he says, all his stats are boosted by 2. And so he kind of just like grins and he's like, alright then. So he starts running. And let's just say this. A rumor had it where, by the way, his hair, his basic hair got a little bit longer and changed somewhat. I mean, like, the style was, like, way more, like, wild man look, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah, rumors going around, like, something happened where a man just running through the dungeon all the way up his, tearing through monsters like crazy, even helping out some, adventurers. And, yeah, that's what happens. And so afterwards, Bell, we just became back to the Shadow Monarch. As then V says, that was interesting. I could see everything you were seeing. And he's like, yeah, I know. Anyways, we gotta be careful with that transformation. He goes, yes. So basically, he just tells Beast, Beast to go back to the Shadow. And then he goes back to, the Hestia. And then from there, dinner. And for Makoto, same thing will happen. The only difference is here, well, how should I say this? The only difference is here is though, we tell them we'll go to the next night, because they know that day something was wrong. So, they would go to the red light district of the city, Orisco? I have no idea, hold on. Orario, basically. So, yeah, by the way, Edna did see Belle coming out of the dungeon and she just sighed because nothing happened. But for some reason, he looked a little bit more different. I mean, basically his senses were heightened. What I mean by, not stat-wise, but physically-wise. He looks like he's different. Some people notice, but Beta, like legit, just was like, when he looked at Belle, he just felt like pure, utter dominance. He had none. He had to bow to Belle. As Belle just looks at him, he goes like, don't ever bow to me again. Got it? He goes, yes, which everyone was shocked by. Including Edna. So, but besides Revia, she basically, wait, is that how you pronounce it again? Revia? Yeah. So basically she comes over and she goes, so, did you go after the Beast Monarch? He's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen you again. I mean, Revia, or should I say, Ice Monarch? She goes, shh, don't say that out loud. No one knows about that, other look. He was like, yeah, maybe instead I should call you Ice Monarch, I should call you, Elsa. Then she goes, no, don't ever, as then all of a sudden she sees the name. Name has been changed for Ice Monarch to Elsa. And she's like, I hate you. He was like, whatever. So yeah, now we will go to when they're technically following with Makoto and her friend Chikusa. Yeah. So basically they follow her and both of them into the red light district, and basically Belle's like, I could just put shadows into their shadows. Make my soldiers into their shadows and basically be a lot more easier than going to this place. Which Wolf says, I can't blame you, I haven't been here in a while. Which Lily says, wait, you've been here before? And he goes like, yeah, just with a couple of group of pals of mine before I left the, familia. And when she goes, figures as much, he goes like, trust me, I did not like it here. And so a lot of the girls are looking at Belle, and he just doesn't even pay them attention. Some of them try to, come over and talk to him, and he just looks at them and they just back away. Like, he just glances at them and they just back away. Like, he says, not in the mood for you to talk. So, yeah. So basically, he's just, walking basically with Lily and Wealth. And then basically say Makoto and Chizukasa are basically, uh, basically are basically about to being talked to some guys, and they look uncomfortable, like they want to run. But basically Belle's like, I wonder if I should, have some of my soldiers. And then all of a sudden, basically these doors open and Belle just gets swallowed up by the crowd. He goes, hey, whoa, hey, guys! As he gets separated from them. And everything will go with Wealth and Lily and Makoto and Chigusa. The Chigusa, exactly the same as with Wealth. Not with Wealth, but basically Belle, same thing, but he's basically just running as fast as he can, because he's not in the mood. And in the certain part of the place, it's exactly the same thing. It's like more Japanese like. He goes, well, this is nice. Quiet. Not many people are trying to, talk to me or even try to kiss me on the cheek. I didn't even know them. And so he kind of just walking along until he's walking past this one area, and then he sees this blonde-haired fox girl. So he looked over and he sees her, and then someone passes by him, and then she's gone. He's like, who was? And then Hermes goes like, Belle, I didn't know you were here. He's like, Hermes, why are you here? He's like, oh, don't I have to pry into my personal life? He was like, you're asking me the same thing. He's like, I know, and I'm sorry. But look, let me, make it up to you. Here, take this. As actually, he gave him exactly the same thing as he did in, canon. And Belle's like, no. Just take it back. He's like, nope. Finders keepers. Anyways, though. Hold on, guys. Alright. And he says, besides, you're at that age. And Belle's like, if you don't be quiet, I will personally send you back to heaven. He's like, oh, touchy. Okay, I'm sorry, Belle. Anyways, I got some stuff I need to do, so hope you have fun. But not too much fun. And he's like, Belle legit just has bloodlust, as basically, Hermes just gets out of there as quickly as possible. And then he just sighs. Basically, Belle does. Goes, Hermes. Give me a minute, guys. I need to, though, eat my dinner, so I wanted to say at least that much. But, yeah. Okay, so after that, he just, basically says about Hermes. He basically just walks away, and then he, basically walking past that alleyway when someone grabs him and pulls him into it. And when he basically gets turned around and sees this woman with black hair, I think, not black hair. Yeah, I was right. It was black hair. It was black hair and purple eyes. And basically it's, he goes like, who are you? She goes, I'm at Aisha. And you are? He goes, Belle. She goes, alright, Belle. It's nice to meet you. And what are you doing here since I never saw your face? He goes like, oh, simple. Just wondering why my friend's here and trying to make sure nothing bad happens to her. And then she goes, oh, really? You didn't come here for fun? He was like, no. I believe in getting to know someone better before anything. And when she goes, oh, that stinks. But anyway, come on. How about you just come with me? And we can have some fun. He's like, no. And before you even finish, no, he basically heard her friends saying, Aisha, is that someone you got? And basically, Aisha says, yeah, he's a real, instead of cutie, we'll say hottie. And then one says, "Wait, that's the dungeon destroyer, the one who took down Apollo's familia with his army." As then, basically Aisha says, "This is my catch, girls." Basically, blah blah blah, and he gets dragged all the way to to a certain place, and he goes, "Huh, nice tower." Or home, I guess. And she goes, "Yeah." So basically, they're like, bring him in. Like they basically try to, Aisha tried to stop him, from moving and such. And unlike Belle in this one, he can move. And she's like kind of shocked by that because he says, "I can walk on my own, and I can move on my own." And he's just thinking, "I can technically leave here anytime I want. Let's just see where this goes. It'll be funny." So yeah. So after that, basically, they met their goddess, Ishtar. And basically one of them says, "Don't look at Lady Ishtar. You'll be fall for her charms." And then basically, she opens up her eyes. And he's just looking around. He's not really looking at her, which kind of annoys Ishtar a little. But she goes, I have a client. I don't have time for little boys." As then Bella's just like thinking, "Oh, great. I have to deal. At least I'm not dealing with her." Hold on. So basically, Aisha brings Belle to a room, and then she says, "All rooms are filled. So, while in the meantime we have to wait till one of them is open, how about we just have fun right here and now?" He's like, sorry, but I don't think that's gonna happen." He goes, "Huh? Why?" And then he goes, "In the next 5 minutes, 5 seconds, someone's gonna come through that door." And they all just look at him. He's like, "Huh?" As just then, the level 5 captain of the vice captain or captain of the familia, Ishtar familia, comes in. I'm not even gonna say her name. I didn't even want to remember that name. Actually, yeah, I have to look it up now. Freak. Okay, her name is weird, so I was just gonna say it like this. Frying comes in, and then she basically says, "I knew there was somebody in here with you girls." As then basically Aisha and the girls say, "No, get away from him. You'll just break him." As, there'll leave nothing left for us, and basically one of them says, "We always have to keep dragging them back here." As then Bella's just like, "This is funny, but I'm bored." Stealth. Basically, he just activates stealth, and then he just getting up, walking out. While they're arguing, by the time they even notice he's even gone, he basically, legit, just at the stairwell, just walking down. And then he hears them running. He hears them running, he deactivates stealth, and he just looks at them, and they're saying, "How did you get here so quickly?" He goes, "I got legs. I walked." I mean, you guys argue way too much. But, anyways, see ya. And then he just starts running. When they are trying to chase him, they realize he's too quick. So, while they're basically chasing him, he's basically running and getting away. He just then even jumps and just starts running the rooftops. It jumps down into an alleyway, goes through there, goes into a different sideways of area, and Aisha is wondering, how fast is he? I mean, he's level 3, if I remember correctly, so I should be, a little bit before, a little bit farther than him. What's going on? So, yeah. So basically, Belle runs around until he gets into this little garden area, and it's in a Japanese style way, and then this Japanese style building, in which then he just goes into it because he's like, I wonder if I can get directions from somebody. And so when he goes into this one area, he sees the fox girl, and everything from there will go the same, and he would technically have that moment, and then she will faint. Then after that, she apologizes, and he goes I'm not a paying customer. I'm just here trying to get directions. And she's like, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah." And then he goes, "Well, everyone's looking for you, I think." Wait, what's your name? He goes Belle Cronell. Then basically he tells what happened, and she goes, "Oh, yeah. Aisha will probably be looking for you now. So how about you just stay here and talk?" So everything from there goes in canon, and she told her his name. she told him her name was Haruhime? Haruhime? Harami? Wait, Harami? Yeah, Harami. So, yeah, basically they get along and then she helps him out. Basically, though, the thing is, he just says, though, when he's about to leave, he was like, well, just to let you know, I don't follow the normal standards of a hero. I believe in what I want. And if I want to do something, even if it's someone like you, I'll still save. She goes, but why? He goes, to me it doesn't matter. A life is a life. That's all. So, see you around. And then he starts running away. And she's shocked by that. And she's, a tear goes down her cheek. And she's like, thinking to herself, he's choking, right? Why would he? And then before she even can finish that thought, Aisha says, hey, get back home. She goes, oh, yes, I will. And basically she's basically then Haruhime, gets past Aisha as Aisha then looks back. And she says, he's a good kid. But something's off about him. I have to ask around town. Or outside the district. This can be quite interesting. So, yeah, it was a whole night thing, basically. But I just was scratching my chin. Anyways, it was like the whole night talk. So, yeah, when Bell gets back to his home, Hestia is kind of mad. She asks, what were you doing? And he goes, just talking all night. He goes, huh? Yeah, I kind of got dragged by some basically from the Ishtar familia and into their home. Basically, then they start arguing. I kind of just used stealth and left. And basically, I just talked to someone all night, and then basically left when morning was coming around. So, yeah. As then, Hestia looks at him, and you can tell he's not lying. As then Egress will pop out, and even Beast, and basically, she's like, wait, who's he? He goes, oh, this is the Beast Monarch. Also, I got a new title. I'm the Beast Monarch. He's the former one. And, well, he can talk too. As then he says, hello there. I am the former Beast Monarch. It's a pleasure to meet you. Anyway, she goes, pleasure. So everyone's kind of, shocked by this. He goes, oh yeah. He pulls out the twin daggers he made. He goes, these are the Beast Monarch daggers. Sure, I'm just going to call them Beast Daggers. In which, again, shocked. Wolf is shocked by how, good they are. Good looking they are, basically. Imagine you guys any way you want to. Basically, they kind of look like actual fangs. But basically, the full title, I just kind of summed it up, was the Beast Monarch Daggers. But it was like the Fangs, Beast Fang Monarch Daggers, or something. I had it in my head, but I just said summing up, Beast Monarch Daggers. So yeah. So, technically, Bell will not have to sweep, but he's gonna go around and just do the sweeping anyways. The leave and such. But that will be for later. For right now, I'm gonna get going. I'll basically, upload this video as soon as I can. And tonight, I'll work on part 8. So yeah. So bye everyone, have a nice day and night wherever you are, bye.